Hey everybody, what's happening? Welcome back from spring break. A break from a break. That's what I'm calling it. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm just going to do a quick weekly overview like I've been doing, taking you through each class. So feel free to skip ahead if I am not on your class. So starting out with biology under the classwork tab. If you did the spring break challenge, please make sure that that's turned in by tonight. It was all for extra credit, just for fun. Going back to week 4, you had a lab and a homework that was due on April 8th. That was 2 light assignments that I gave right before spring break. These are new and they are on the 4th marking period. And then for the new week, you have 3 assignments, a test assignment, a classwork homework assignment, and a quiz/lab grade assignment. What I'm going to be doing for all classes is having one assignment for each category and then rotating like a heavy category. So maybe like if one week it's a lab, then maybe the next week it's a test and so on and so forth. All right, so let's go through each assignment quickly. So for the week 5 lab grade, all you need to do, and awesome, somebody's done it already, is go on to Quizlet, take a couple practice tests with the vocab terms, and then on this document right here, just turn in how you did, let me know that you tried it, and the score that you got. For your classwork homework, it's this week's chapter is cellular respiration. So I was able to find a great overview lecture on Khan Academy, which is posted here. And then if you open up the untitled document, you need to write down 10 facts from the video. So the easiest way for me, what I would probably do is open up the video like so, watch it, maybe with a pen and paper, write down your 10 facts, and then type them up and on the Google Doc and then turn in. And then for test, it's going to open up here. I don't know why it's titled homework. Let me change that to test. Chapter 5 test assignment is going to be compare and contrast these 2 following topics. So it's aerobic respiration versus anaerobic respiration and acidic fermentation versus alcoholic fermentation. So you can do some research on each of those topics, write about 3 to 5 sentences and do a compare and contrast. Comparing and contrasting something is where you find things that are in common with the 2 topics. So anaerobic versus aerobic respiration have things in common. They also have some differences. So you can just write about them in that area. That shows me that you did some research, that you looked up things for the chapter. And then just make sure that, as always, you click turn in. If you do not click turn in, it's impossible for me to grade you and give you credit. We have to be seeing on Google Classroom that you're doing your work. All right, that's biology. If you have any questions, please hit me up on Remind. Moving on to elements of healthcare. So for elements of healthcare, let me just go into classwork here for you guys. In week 4, you had a homework and a classwork assignment. They were due on April 8th. They are on the 4th marking period. So please make sure that you go back and get those week 4 things turned in. All right, so new stuff for week 5, starting with classwork. So for classwork, it's attached right on here. It is a graphic organizer for all of the torts. So this chapter is about torts. Torts are harms, are things that can happen and have legal ramifications in healthcare. So you have malpractice, negligence, invasion of privacy, false imprisonment, abuse, libel, and slander. You can copy paste the definition that you find from the web here. And then here in the medical example, I want you to do a little bit of a write-up. So you can just write up what an example from the medical field of these things. If you think of, say, for example, abuse, there's a bajillion examples of abuse. You could have child abuse, you could have spousal abuse, things like that. But I'm looking for a medical or healthcare example. If you want to research something called elder abuse, that's a little bit of a hint. Elder abuse is something that happens in nursing homes when patients are left alone or neglected or hit or things like that. So you can write that for your example in here. And don't forget to click turn in. Your homework is going to be your chapter 5 workbook, which I put here. It's found in class materials. I left the attachment here if you want to type up your answers here. If you want to submit a photograph because you already printed it out, that's fine too. Just make sure you attach work when you submit. Down here in class materials or class resources, here's the workbooks. 417 and your 5 workbook are right in here in a PDF. You can open them up. I just did them all in one document to make life easy one day, but here's your chapter 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. 17 you don't have to worry about. All right. Any questions about that? Well, you can't ask right now because this is live, but if you do, you can send me a text message or ask me a question, anything like that. Okay. And then your project. So the project for chapter 5 is It's the Law project. There's 3 attachments. The Google Slides attachment you can use for your actual project, but the guidelines are right here. It says group, it's individual because it's going to be individual for the COVID-19 shutdown stuff. What law you pick, you can choose any one of the torts from your classwork. So if you wanted to pick malpractice, negligence, evasion of privacy, you can do any one of those, and you're going to do your slides on that. All you're doing in is a presentation. You do not need to record yourself presenting it or anything like that. All right, there's a rubric on there of how it's going to be graded. Right here. Clarity, neatness, spelling, grammar, content, creativity. Okay. I even re-put the Google Slides stuff in there, what needs to be on there. In fact, you know what? I might just go with just that. See, doing this little activity works for me too. Show you guys how the magic happens on this end. Edit. Let me just take out these guidelines. Perfect. Since I have the guidelines in there twice, that'll be less confusing. So you just have one document with everything in it. All right, so that's the Elements of Healthcare overview. If you have any questions, shoot me a text. Okay, moving on to medical terminology. So week 5 overview for medical terminology. Back in week 4, you guys had 2 light assignments, a notebook and a classwork assignment. Those were both due on the 8th. Make sure that those get turned in. Moving on for this week's stuff. We're doing the digestive system. So you're going to do your notebook for the digestive system like we normally do in class. Same thing as before. You're attaching 3 to 5 photos, letting me know that you did things, and clicking turn in. For classwork this week, I'm doing this YouTube video thing again. It seems to be working out pretty good. Find a YouTube video. I had put it here. There's some crazy ones about pica. If you guys like that My Strange Addiction show, there's crazy pica things. Pica is a digestive system disorder. It's where people eat non-nutritive substances, usually some sort of nutrition type condition or something going on. Like people eat chalk, or and then there's some like really traumatic ones where people eat like the wall and couch cushions and stuff like that. So if you want to look those up, that could be something you look up. You can look up anything, any digestive system disorder. There's so many. And then talk about it and make sure you react in the comments and click turn in. So keeping classwork simple. And then your test, I haven't uploaded it yet, but I will, same as it's been. So the chapter 8 test, the PDF version will be uploaded, and you can do your answers on paper, take a picture, or do your answers on Google Class. Just make sure that you click turn in. That's the most important thing. All right, guys, that's week 5 overview for everybody. I might do some individual videos for classes, but I just wanted to keep this one short and sweet for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great break and hope everything's good. Thanks for watching.